Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is August 6, 1980. We are at Riverfront Stadium for an important National League West matchup between the San Diego Padres and the Cincinnati Reds. The Padres come into this game only 3 games under 500. They're 52 and 55. They're still very much in the hunt for a playoff spot in the National League West. The Reds really underachieving in this season, 48 and 60, 12 games under 500. I have a funny feeling the Reds are not going to make a push like they did last year, but anything is still possible here with 2 months left to play. But right now, it looks like the Reds are going to be relegated to the cellar of this division unless something changes. So we'll have a good matchup tonight as but this game is more for the Padres than it is for the Reds, as I'm trying to get another game for the Padres on the board. Ben Witz, the lovely Barbara, Will Swingle, and Clee baseball fan join us here at Riverfront Stadium. The Reds historically won this game, though, 4-3. The Reds had 7 hits and an error. The Padres, 12 hits and no errors. But as usual, Inside Pitch has a mind of its own. So hopefully we'll have a good matchup tonight between the Friars and the Redlegs. And like I said, the Reds pretty much out of it this year. The Padres still very much alive. This is a game the Padres kind of need to win here on the board. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds tonight is Charlie Leibrandt. Our first time of seeing him. 10 wins, 9 losses, a 4.25 ERA in 80. We are at Riverfront Stadium. This is a neutral park, but does favor pitchers a little bit. No chances of robbing a home run. It adds 1 to walks. So, the Friars and the Reds. Interesting matchup here on the board tonight. And anything is possible. So, let's get started. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Padres, the left fielder, Gene Richards, 301 average, 4 homers, 41 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use red, white, and red dice. Reds obviously are the home team. A good crowd here at Riverfront. They still love their Reds, even though they are not playing up to par for this 1980 season. But we'll see if Inside Pitch gives them a help a little bit tonight. Leibrandt, 6-1, walk 5, and that will be ball 4. So the first thing Leibrandt does is walk the leadoff batter. First walk given up by Leibrandt. He had 50 of them in 80. And that'll bring up the greatest fielding shortstop in baseball history, Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer, no doubt in my mind. 230 average, no homers, 35 RBIs that year. Infield is at double play, and Richards, he is staying put. Smith gets the hit and run. Doesn't have any home run power. He does get the hit and run call. And the Padres need this win. Why not? Hit and run is on. Leibrandt, 4-2. It's a blank. Smith, 8-5. And that's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. That's a grounder right back to the pitcher. That is a 4. Hit to the pitcher. -2 makes it a 2. And Leibrandt adds 3. +3 is a 5. However, on a hit and run, Richards, his base running rating becomes an 8. That's going to be a perfectly placed hit and run. Richards will get to second. The throw will go to first, and that'll be out number 1. So Richards gets to second, and not a bad idea. Why not? So the hit and run moves Richards over, the grounder right back to the pitcher. Next batter will be the center fielder, Jerry Mumphrey, 298 average, 4 homers, 59 RBIs that year. Yeah, de facto sack bunt, exactly. Strategy roll for Richards, and he will stay where he is. Mumphrey will swing. Leibrandt, 8-1, it's a blank. Mumphrey, 4-8, and that's a grounder to short. That'll be picked up there by Dave Concepcion. The throw will go to first, and Richards will make third. So Richards gets to third, but now there are 2 down. And that will move him over there. And that will bring up the right fielder, Mr. May, Hall of Famer, Dave Winfield. No doubt in my mind there either. 276 average, 20 home runs, 87 RBIs in 80. Strategy roll for Richards. He stays put. Leibrandt, 2-4. It's a blank. Winfield, 3-1. That's fly to left. And that will be George Foster. The $10 million bum will go ahead and make the catch. And that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk, though. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres tonight is Steve Mura. We've seen him before. 8 wins, 7 losses, 2 saves, a 3.68 ERA in 80. Leading off for the Reds, center fielder Dave Collins. 3.03 average, 3 homers, 35 RBIs that season. Mura, 1-3 strikeout. That'll be too high. Collins, 4-8. And against the righty, it's a fly out the right. Easy play from Mr. May. And he'll make the catch for the out. Next batter will be the third baseman, future World Series MVP, Ray Knight. 264 average, 14 homers, 78 RBIs. He would win a championship with the greatest baseball team in history in 6 years. Mura, 6'7", and that's a range play at the park. Riverfront, 1-1, and that is a possible home run to left field against a righty. Knight needs an 11. -2 with runners with nobody on base makes it a 9. That's an 8. That's going to be good enough. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep, and that ball is gone. Home run, Ray Knight. No range play at the park unless you're Superman. You're not going to get that one. And that'll be a bomb for Knight, and the Reds take a quick 1-0 lead. See you later there, lovely Barbara. See you again soon, I know. Next batter will be the right fielder, Ken Griffey. 294 average, 13 homers, 85 RBIs that year. Possible home run to center field, and yep, that still gets out of here. Knight just got it. Just pretty much just nailed it. 11 -2 is a 9, and that was good enough. Mura, 8-4, and that's a blank. Griffey, 7-2, popped out to second base, and that will be Dave Cash making that one, and that's out number 2. Here's the left fielder, George Foster, the $10 million bum. 273 average, 25 homers, 93 RBIs. Although I really shouldn't say that, but of course he didn't finish with the Mets. He did not finish with the Mets in 86 that year. Mura, 4-1. Pitcher result, that's a 9 against the righty. It's going to be a blank. Foster, 1-3, and against the righty, it's a base hit. He'll slap that past third, and the Reds continue the inning. First hit of the game for Foster. And here's the first baseman, Dan Dreesen, 265 average, 14 homers, 74 RBIs that year. Foster on at first, and he will stay there, not a threat to steal. Mura, 8-2. Against the lefty, it's blank. Dreesen, 3-1, popped out to second base. And that's going to be Cash again making a play. And he will get it and retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. A solo bomb by Ray Knight. And the Reds have a quick 1-0 lead here after 1. Timeout for 1 quick sec. Allergies again here in South Florida. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Padres will be the first baseman, Willie Montanez. 272 average, 6 homers, 64 RBIs that year. Leibrandt, 5-2. Range play 13. That's a 19. No. Montanez, 3-4. And it will be a grounder to first base. That'll be taken by Dreesen. He'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Here's the catcher, Gene Tennis, 222 average, 17 homers, 50 RBIs. Yes, rest in peace, Bill Mazeroski. Of course. Doug Hunt joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Bill Mazeroski. He's in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, I'm still on the fence about him. I still think the only reason why he's in the Hall of Fame was because of one single home run. I look at his body of work. He was definitely a good player. No doubt in my mind, he does have a lot of all-star appearances and anything, but why do I think Bill Mazeroski is the Harold Baines of that time period? I don't know. But may he rest in peace. I just not really think he's a Hall of Famer. Leibrandt. 1-2 against the righty. That's a possible home run. Tennis is a 20, and that's all I got to say. Actually against the lefties, a 32. Again, that doesn't matter. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Gene Tennis. And the Padres get it right back. Tennis had 17 bombs in 1980, and Will tied this game at 1. Not a good pitch by Leibrandt. And now the third baseman, Barry Evans. 232 average, a homer, 14 RBIs. I know he's got 10 all-star games. I get that, but that 260 batting average bothers me. Kind of like it just does. Leibrandt, 2-4, it's a blank. Evans, 8-8, that's fly to right, easy play for Griffey. He'll get to that for out number 2. I just don't think he is one. Another Ted Simmons, I'm not sure. That'll bring up the second baseman, Dave Cash, 227 average, a homer, 23 RBIs. Leibrandt, a 4-2, it's a blank. Cash, 2-3, ground out to short. That'll be handled by Dave Concepcion, and he will toss it over and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, a solo bomb by Gene Tennis. We're tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Reds, the catcher, Joe Nolan. 307 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs that year in 80. Mura will deal. 3-8, walk. 13 is going to miss. Nolan, a 7-6, and that's a grounded to, a 7-6. Yep, that's a grounded to first. And Montanez will take that to the bag himself, 1 down. Here's the shortstop, Dave Concepcion. Definitely hauled a very good. 260 average, 5 homers, 77 RBIs. Mura, 3-7. Walk, 19 is too high. Concepcion, 3-1. It's a base hit. He'll slap that pass first. And the Reds have a man on. First hit of the game for Concepcion. Here's the second baseman, Ron Oster, 277 average, 2 homers, 20 RBIs in 80. Ron Oster, another great baseball name. Double play depth, Concepcion's strategy role is not going anywhere. Mura, 4-8, that's at the park. Riverfront, 4-1, that's a single into center field, a possible double. Concepcion will get the third automatically. Oster trying for second. His base running rating is a 5. Plus 4 equals a 9. It was at the center field. Mumphrey has a 4-arm, as a minus as a 4-arm. So a 1-5, Oster will get the second. And it's an 8. There could be an out. It's an 8. Roll the D20. You got to check the play chart. And that is a 10. And I think he just got tossed. That's it to Mumphrey. His arm rating, his assist rating is a C. That's a 10, and Oster is thrown out at second base. Great play there by Jerry Mumphrey. He'll throw out Oster at second. So that will go as a base hit, but Oster is out. So Oster thrown out at second base, although Concepcion did get to third. There are 2 outs. Nice play by Mumphrey. That'll bring up the pitcher, Charlie Leibrandt. He uses pitcher hitting card number 5. Oster was toast. Concepcion on at third base, and he will stay at third. Mura, 5-3, strikeout 6, and yep, that'll get Leibrandt. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That'll retire the side. First strikeout for Mura. He had 109 of them that year. No runs and 2 hits for the Reds, tied at 1 after 2. I don't know what Oster was thinking, but he is definitely toast. Oster was toaster at second base. We go to the third. Leading off for the Padres will be their pitcher, Steve Mura. Also uses hitting card number 5. Leibrandt, 5-6. That's a blank. Mura, an 8-8. And that's going to be a ground out to short. Easily played there by Concepcion. And he tosses it over for the out. Here's Richards. Richards walked his first time up. Leibrandt will deal. 7-1. That's a blank. Richards. 5-1. Ground out to short again. Another play by Concepcion. And he'll toss it over. 2 down. And now here's the Wizard of Oz. He's 0 for 1. Leibrandt deals. Leibrandt, 7-3. Pickoff. Nobody on base, but we go to the park. Riverfront, 4-6. And that's a possible home run to center field. But Smith didn't have any home runs. That's what's going to be a fly out to center. Going back for it is Collins. He's going to have a lot of room. He'll make the catch. And that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Padres. We go to the bottom of the third. Smith didn't have any home runs in 80. So not happening there. Top of the order for the Natty. Here's Dave Collins. He's 0 for 1. Yeah, they're correct. There is a brand of appliances pronounced like that. He happens to be correct. He happens to be right. Mura, 1-4. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Collins, 4-8. And against the righty, it's flied to right. And Winfield will make the put out. 1 down. Here's Knight. Knight hit a bomb his first time up. Mura will deal. Mura, 7-2. Hit by pitch. No, 17 is high. Knight, 2-2. That's powered into left field. That's a 1, and that's going to be a base hit. Knight will get a single into left. He'll hold it first, and that's his second hit of the game. Next batter is Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 1. Infield a double play. Knight had 1 steal, and that's a 17. He's not going anywhere. Mura, 8-1. It's a blank. Griffey, 8-6, and fly to center. And Mumphrey says, I'll take it. And he will, and that's a second out. Here's Foster. Foster got a single his first time up. Anything for Knight? The answer is no. Mura, 4-1. That's a pitcher result. That's a 9 against a righty. It will be a blank. Foster, 4-4. And there are no runners in scoring position. That's a single past second. Mura with a 1-9. He'll turn that into an out. That's a 14. He won't do it. That will be a base hit past second base. Knight, even with 2 outs, will have to hold at second. He will hold there. Needed to be a 5 in order to get to third. Although Foster gets another hit, that's his second hit of the game. And now here's Dreesen. Dreesen is 0 for 1. Knight on at second, Foster on at first. Strategy roll, nothing on the 4. Mura, 5-2. Error on a grounder. Dreesen, 2-3. And that's a base hit past short. That is a single past the shortstop. Knight will come around. He will score. The Reds will take the lead. Foster will hold at second base. Dreesen on at first. 2-1 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Dreesen. There is no error on a grounder on that play. So runners at first and second now. Here's Nolan. Nolan is 0 for 1. 2-1 Reds now. Still 2 out. Strategy roll, nothing on the 11. Mura, a 2-7. It's a blank. Nolan, 1-7. And that's powered into right field. That's an 18. And against the righty, it'll stay up there. An easy play going there is Mr. May. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits. And the Reds now have a 2-1 lead here after 3. I got to say something. I mean, tonight, when I got home from work, I put on a little spring training baseball because I have MLB at bat, and I put the Mets and the Marlins game on when I got home from work. And I don't care what anybody says. It was so good to watch a baseball game again. I know some people don't like modern baseball, contemporary baseball. I still love baseball. It's still baseball to me. And if anyone here has not, I know it's, even though it was spring training, and the Mets lost to the Marlins, a spring training game, and then I caught a little bit of the Yankees absolutely dismantling Detroit in a spring training game. It was, can anybody here still agree with me? It felt really good to see baseball on the TV screen again. Will anybody here agree with me with that? We go to the top of the 4th. Jerry Mumphrey leads off for the Padres, is 0 for 1. Leibrandt will deal. Leibrandt, 5-4. That's a pitcher result. And Mumphrey gets the switch right. That 15 is going to be a blank. Mumphrey, 4-1. It's fly to right. Easy play for Griffey. And that will be out number 1. Here's Winfield. Winfield is 0 for 1. I know they would just leave the rules alone, but it's still baseball. It's still baseball, guys. Yep, Grapefruit League began today. Sports Time Machine. Utah Mike joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. I know everyone changes about the rules and all that stuff. Look, people, it's still baseball. It's still pitcher versus batter. It's still either a strikeout, a single, double, triple home run. It's still a great play in the field. It's still baseball. Yes, the rules have been changing a bit. It's still baseball. Leibrandt, 3-4, error on a throw. Winfield, 7-2. That's powered into right field. That's an 8, and that's going to be a double. There won't be a throwing error. Winfield will make it to second base. I don't think there is an error on a throw on that. Maybe. I'll check, but I don't think there is. Error on a throw. It has to be only applicable if runner advancement chart is being used. Right. So no runner. The advancement chart is not being used. So that's going to be a double for Winfield. His first hit of the game. Here's Montanez. Montanez is 0 for 1. So infield back, 1 out here. And let's see. Strategy roll for Winfield. He'll stay put. Leibrandt, 5-6. Blank. Montanez, a 4-8. That's a ground ball to short. That'll get picked up by Concepcion. And the throw goes to first, and Winfield will make it to third. 2 down on a ground out to short, but Winfield gets to third base. And now here's Tennis. Tennis is 1 for 1. He hit a bomb his first time up. Winfield, strategy roll first. Winfield stays put. Leibrandt, 7-1. It's blank. Tennis, 4-5. And that will be a fly to center. Handled easily there by Collins. They'll put it away and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Padres. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still baseball. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Reds will be Dave Concepcion. He got a single his first time up. Let's see. Mura can pitch to 28. And Leibrandt can pitch to 26. Mura will deal. Mura, 3-2 against the righty. Strikeout, got him. He'll get Concepcion, and that'll be the second K for Mura. 1 down. Here's Oster. Oster got a single and then got thrown out at second base. Mura will pitch. Mura, 7-4. Walk, 18 will miss. Oster, 8-4. And that's a grounder to second. And Dave cashed me outside. We'll toss it over for out number 2. Next up is Leibrandt, uses hitting card number 5. Mura, 4-1. That's a pitcher result. That's a 13. And Leibrandt is a righty. That 13 is going to be too high. Leibrandt, a 6-2, and there are no runners in scoring position. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And the question is, does Mura keep it there? A 1-9, he will. That's a 5, and it will stay out there. It will be a fly out to right, easily handled by Winfield. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. 2-1 Reds after 4. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Rays are getting Tropicana Field back, but they definitely are going to get a new baseball stadium. It has been approved. They're going to get it. It's going to be in Hillsborough. It's actually going to be in Hillsborough County or near Hillsborough College, I think it is. The new baseball stadium they're going to be. If that stadium matches what the CGI rendition looks like, that's going to be a gorgeous ballpark. But I'll tell you the truth, it looks like a slice of pizza. If you actually take a look at if everyone go ahead and look up the Rays rendition, a CGI rendition of their new ballpark, it looks like a pizza slice. That's how it's going to look. But I will tell you though, it's still good, but the interior of that ballpark is going to be absolutely beautiful. I hope they build that. Top of the 5th, leading off for the Padres will be Barry Evans. He is 0-1. 2-1 Reds. Padres 3 games under 500. The Reds are 12. Reds don't look good for this season. Padres need to get wins. Got to get back to 500. Leibrandt, 5-6. It's a blank. Evans, 8-1. And against the lefty, Evans will come through. He smacks one into left. That's going to bounce off the wall and roll away from everyone. Evans is going to have a triple. Triple for Evans. He'll hold a third. And now here's Cash. Cash is 0-1. Infield's going to play in. Leibrandt, strategy roll, and nothing on the 11. Leibrandt deals. Leibrandt, 1-7. Strikeout. Got him. Cash doesn't strike out much, but he will there. Struck him out. That is the first strikeout for Leibrandt. He only had 62 of them. That's out number 1. Here's Mura. He'll bat using hitting card number 5. Not a good bunter at all. Strategy roll. That's a 17. I see him swinging away. Infield is still in. Leibrandt, 5-4. That's a pitcher result. That's 3. And Mura is a righty against that. At 3 is going to be a base hit. Mura's going to come through with a single, and we still use that number. That's going to be a base hit past short. Evans will come in to score. We're tied at 2. Stadium groans. Mura comes through with a hit, an RBI single for him. And Steve Mura says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. So Mura now on at first. The batter is Richards. Richards is 0-1 with a walk. Now tied at 2 here in the top of the 5th. Strategy roll. Mura not going anywhere. Leibrandt will deal. Leibrandt, 3-4, error on a throw. Richards, 7-1. That's a line drive right to first. That's out number 1. That is a 17. I believe Mura is going to get back. I believe he is going to get back, and he will. 17, nobody. There's no chance of anybody there, I believe. So that was hit to first, and he would have to be, no double play, and Mura gets back 2 down. So a line out to first, but Richards is out. And now here's Ozzie. Ozzie is 0-2. Mura on it first, and he'll stay at first. Leibrandt, 3-4, error on a throw. Smith, 1-5, and that will be a fly out to center field. An easy play coming there for Collins. There won't be an error, a throwing error, obviously. And that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. RBI single by Steve Mura. We go to the bottom of the 5th. This game is more important for the Padres than it is for the Reds, although the Reds still trying to maybe do something in this season. Dave Collins leads off for the Natty. He's 0 for 2. Mura will pitch. 5-5. Range play 12. 15. No. Collins 4-1. And that's going to be a base hit. Collins will hit that one past third. There are no runners in scoring position, so the hit will stand. And that'll be a single for Collins. Here's Knight. Knight is 2 for 2. A single and a bomb. Infield a double play. Dev Collins was a thief. And that's a 19 no. Knight gets the hidden run. He's got home run power. I don't see him doing a hit and run here. He didn't have many of them, hence only a 19 is the only way he's doing it. I'm gonna have him swing away normally. Mura, 1-8, and that's gonna be an automatic out, and that is gonna be a ground ball to short. That's gonna be a ground ball to short. I've asked Chris, in case an automatic out comes on, can I keep the D20 roll or should I re-roll it to see what happens? Because if that's the case, this would be a double play. So I asked Chris, can I keep the original D20 roll on a automatic out off the cards? So I got to see what he says about that. But until he does, I'm going to re-roll that to see if that is a possible double play. And that is a 5, so it's hit to short. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Mura plus 4 is 10. And that is going to be, and Ray Knight does have a 9 plus. That's going to be a double play anyway. So a 6-4-3 double play, and there'll be 2 outs. Obviously, Knight grounded out into some double plays. I'm asking Chris to see I asked him to see what he says. Here's Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 2. Would have been a double play anyway if I kept it the way it was. You would think in this case, no, because I've already used the D20 to run the fielder. I know, but he also said it could still use the D20 if the roll is up here. You're probably right, Ben. I just wanted to see what he says. Mura, 2-6, walk 8, ball 4. He walks Griffey. Griffey will trot to first. That's only the first walk by Mura. He had 82 of them in that year. He had some control issues, but he had not many, only a first walk in this game. Here's Foster. He's 2 for 2 with a single. Yep, got to get it from the commish. Griffey on at first, and that is a 1. He gets the jump, and and why not? 19-0, and tennis is 0. 1-19, Griffey is safe. He is. Griffey will steal second base. He had 23 steals. So it makes sense to do that. So stolen base for Griffey will re-roll the strat. And he'll stay there. So now a base hit could probably bring him in. Mura, 7-7, strikeout. 2, got him, and that will retire the side. Third K for Mura. So no runs, a hit, and a walk. Tied at 2 after 5. Top of the 6th. And Jerry Mumphrey leading off for the Friars. He's 0 for 2. Leibrandt, 1-4. It's a blank. Mumphrey, 5-1. Flied to right. Handled easily there by Griffey. And that is the first out. Next up is Winfield. Winfield is 1 for 2 with a double. Leibrandt will deal. 4-3, wild pitch. It's a blank. Winfield, 8-3. That's a double. He smacks that one into center field. That'll roll to the wall. And Winfield will put on the brakes at second base. That's his second double of the game. So Mr. May has 2 doubles. Here's Montanez. Montanez is 0 for 2. Winfield, I don't think he's going to do anything. He will stay put. Leibrandt, 2-5, strikeout 8, and called strike 3 on Montanez. He didn't like the call. He is an 8 against lefties, and that is an 8, and Montanez did not like the call. Second strikeout for Leibrandt. Montanez says, that ball was high. It says, no, you're high. I can smell the weed on your breath. You're also out. Go take a seat. So now here's Tennis. Tennis is 1 for 2 with a bomb. Winfield on at second. He will stay there. Leibrandt. 5-6. That's a blank. Tennis. A 2-5. And he walked him. That's an automatic walk right off of Tennis's card. He had a lot of bases on balls in 80. So that's going to be a walk. That'll keep the inning going. And that is which one is that? That is the second walk by Leibrandt. And it gives Evans a chance. Evans is 1 for 2 with a triple. Runners at first and second, they will stay there. Leibrandt, 1-7, strikeout 15. That just missed. Evans, 2-6, popped up. Pop fly ball to first. Dreesen says, I'll get it. And he'll make the catch. Retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And the Padres will strand 2 more. Tied at 2 going in the bottom of the 6th. Dan Dreesen leads off. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium hoping the Reds can come through with a win here. They got to try something. 12 games under 500, really underachieving in this season. Mura, 7-4, walk, 6-4. Dreesen will trot to first on a base on ball. Second walk given up by Mura. And here's Nolan. Nolan is 0 for 2. Dreesen had 19 steals, and that's a 2. He gets the jump, and 19 steals, I'm going to send him. 15-0, and Tennis is 0 arm. A 1-15, Dreesen is safe. He is. Red's got to try to win a ball game here. So Dreesen will move into set, will steal a base. That'll be a stolen base for him. Takes away the double play, and he'll stay at second base. Mura will deal. Mura, 6-8, strikeout, and that just missed. Nolan, 8-6, and that's a grounder to short. Picked up there by Ozzie. He'll throw to first for the out, and that's a 5, and Dreesen has to stay at second base. 1 down. Here's Concepcion. Concepcion is 1 for 2. Dreesen, nothing on the 11, stays put. Mura, 4-3, walk. That's ball 4. He walked him. So now Mura's having control issues. Didn't have many early in the game. That's the third walk by Mura, and here is Oster. Oster is 1 for 2. Got a single. Who knows? The Reds may be tanking for the draft pick. That could be too. As XSG2 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Infield now at double play depth. 15, nothing happening. Mura, 3-8. Walk, 16. That will miss. Oster, 2-4. And that's a base hit past the pitcher and right into the outfield. Single past the pitcher. That'll be good enough for Dreesen. He'll come around and he will score. Concepcion holds at second base. The Reds take the lead 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Oster. That's his second hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up Leibrandt. Uses hitting card number 5. Leibrandt will be tired after the next batter. And I don't think they would pitch. I don't think he would bat here with runners at first and second. He will be tired he'll be tired in that one. I think they'll go to the bench. That'll be it for Leibrandt. Leibrandt will be yanked. And that will be it for him. We'll see a pinch hitter for the Reds. Leibrandt will leave with the W. And let's see if they're going to bring on the most at bats against a righty. 23, 41. And that is going to be this guy. Coming on to pinch hit for the Reds will be Harry Spillman. 267 average, 4 homers, 19 RBIs in 80. So Harry Spillman will pinch hit here as the Reds have a 3-2 lead and a chance to get more runs. Strategy roll, nothing on the 10. Mura, 3-7, walk 17, that will miss. Spillman, 5-1, that's a fly to right field. That'll be grabbed by Mr. May. And that is out number 2. Does Concepcion take third? 4-1, yes, he does. Concepcion will take third base, and Oster is going to take second. Oster's base running rating 5 is higher than the 4, and Oster will take second. It was deep enough, so Concepcion goes to third, and Oster goes to second. But there are 2 outs now. But it is the top of the order. Here's Collins. Collins is 1 for 3. Mura will be tired after Collins. Now there are 2 away. Runners at second and third. Reds lead 3-2. Strategy roll. Nothing happening there. Concepcion stays put. Mura will pitch. 8-1. It's a blank. Collins 4-8. And against the righty, it's a fly ball to right field. And Mr. May will get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit and a couple of walks. The Reds have a 3-2 lead now after 6. David Vega joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. We go to the top of the 7th. Dave Cash leads off for the Padres. He is 0 for 2. Reds need a pitcher. They got right. There'll be a pinch hitter and then a lefty coming up. I think they'll bring in a righty, and it'll be the righty with the most middle appearances in this case. And that is going, but it's not a save situation, so I will not use Hume. So coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Doug Bear. 3 wins, 6 losses, 6 saves, a 4.24 ERA. Doug Bear will be the new pitcher for the Reds, and he can pitch to 7. So Cash will go up against Bear. Top of the 7th, 3-2 Reds. Bear down. Bear, 5-8 against the righty. Strikeout. That will miss. Cash, 5-3. Grounded to first base. Handled by Dreesen. And Dreesen will take it to the bag himself for the out. Pinch hitter coming in for Mura. He is done. He will leave with the L. And we'll need a batter that goes the most against righties. And that will be... Coming on to pinch hit for the Padres will be Jerry Turner. 288 average, 3 homers, 18 RBIs in 80. Jerry Turner will pinch hit against Bear. Has the most pinch hits against righties. Bear will deal. Bear, 5-7. Range play 12. 18, no. Turner, 7-5. And that is a grounder to second base. There ain't going to be a range play. What that is going to be an out. Ron Oster will take care of it and toss it over 2 away. Here's Richards. Richards is 0 for 2 with a walk. Bear will deal. Bear, 3-5, strikeout 7, and cold strike 3 on Richards. He can't believe it, but he's going to have to deal with it, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Padres. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I'll be right back as ID Jester joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Don't forget, we still got 10-minute ticker coming in tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. It will be August 9th. And we're going back to Exhibition Stadium north of the border for a pretty big American League matchup between the Kansas City Royals and the Toronto Blue Jays. The last time we saw the Kansas City Royals, Larry Gura, pitched a no-hitter. But we're not seeing him in this game. Steve Busby will be pitching for the Royals, and Dave Stieb will be going for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are very much in the hunt to get in a playoff spot in the American League East. The Royals are running away with the American League West. Big matchup tomorrow night at Exhibition Stadium. The Royals and the Blue Jays here on the network. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Reds lead 3-2. And Ray Knight leads off. He is 2 for 3, a single and a bomb. And Padres need a pitcher. And they got right, left, right. So they're going to bring on a righty with the most middle inning appearances. That's not the closer. And that is going to be... John DeQuisto. 2 wins, 5 losses, 3 saves, a 3.39 ERA. John DeQuisto will come on to pitch, as he will now pitch the middle innings here. And he can pitch to 8. So John DeQuisto, or Quisto, I still don't know how you pronounce his name. Ray Knight will lead off here at bottom of the 7th. Yes, I know this is the first time we're seeing the new system there, ID. Believe it or not, it's a lot easier than you think it is, and it actually is a lot more streamlined than the original game. And I think this one is a lot even more fun to play. DeQuisto, 1-3, strikeout 7, and cold strike 3 on Knight. Knight is going to be rung up there, and that'll be a strikeout for DeQuisto. He had 59 of them that year, 1 out. Here's Griffey, and Griffey is 0 for 2 with a walk. DeQuisto will pitch. DeQuisto, 3-5 against the lefties. That will be a base hit, and that's going to be a single into left field. Griffey will get a single, and he'll head to first. Next batter is Foster. Remember, ID Jester, it is available in the PC version, so there is available in the PC version. You can download the rules. I know how frustrated you got a little bit with the original game. Trust me, this one is even easier than you think it is. Yes, the cards look busy. The game flows very, very well. It really does. Griffey on at first. Here's Foster. Foster 2 for 3, 2 singles. Infield set for double play. Check out my demo games, Jester, if you really want to see how this works. Strategy roll for Griffey. He will stay put. DeQuisto, 8-3, walk, 10, ball 4. He will walk Foster, and now the Reds got something going on here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. DeQuisto had 36 walks in 80, and now here's Dreesen. Dreesen is 1 for 2, single and a walk. Strategy roll, and that's a 2. Griffey staying put. Yes, it'll give you a good idea how it plays. You know how my demo games are nice and slow, and I got a lot of them up there. Jim Cunnell, DeQuisto. That's right, DeQuisto. See, I just don't know. I keep on with DeQuisto. Jim Cunnell joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Strategy roll. That's a 5. Nothing happening. Yeah, you're playing Stratomatic these days. I really don't believe it. But I know you rant on Stratomatic so much, ID, but I know you love the game still. Dreesen, 5-7. And did I actually roll for DeQuisto? I don't know if I did. You know what? Confused. I'll redo the at-bat. DeQuisto, 2-1. Range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 6-6. And that's going to, against the lefty, that's a foul pop-up to the third base line. Going after that is Evans. His range is a 3, and he will not get it. It will drop for a foul ball. Foul pop-up, so it's going to be a foul. They'll redo it. So they'll try it again. Runners at first and second. DeQuisto will pitch. 5-1 against the lefty. Now that will be a base hit into center field. That'll be a single to center. Will Griffey score? And 6-2, I think he will 6-2, holds 2-7. No, center fielder Mumphrey, he'll hold him. Griffey will hold. The arm rating is a 2-7 he would hold, and his arm rating is a 4. Griffey holds at third, but the bases are loaded. So a single for Dreesen, and now here's Nolan. Nolan is 0 for 3. Infield has got to play in. Padres down 3-2. The Padres need this game more than the Reds do. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. D'Acquisto will go ahead and pitch. D'Acquisto, 3-8, walk, 18, no. Nolan, 3-4, and it's a fly ball to center field. That's going to be caught for an out. So fly out to center. Nolan, a sacrifice fly of 20. That's going to be good enough. Griffey will come in. He will score. It's 4-2 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! So sacrifice fly makes it 4-2 now. As Nolan will bring in an extra run. Here's Concepcion. Concepcion is 1 for 2, singled and walked. But now there are 2 outs here with the Reds holding a 4-2 lead. Reds historically won this game 4-3. Strategy rolls are still on, and nothing on the 20. D'Acquisto will pitch. 8-8, walk, 6, yes, ball 4. D'Acquisto not getting it done. He walks Concepcion, and now here's Oster with the bases loaded. Oster is 2 for 3, and D'Acquisto will go ahead and pitch to him. Cutter Historical joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So bases loaded here for Oster. D'Acquisto's going to try to get him out. 4-2 Reds. Fans here at Riverfront hoping for a big-time hit. Strategy. Nothing on the 14. D'Acquisto. 6-8. Walk. 18. No. Oster. 4-7. And it's a base hit to left field. Oster will score. Will Dreesen score? Single to left. 1-8. 1-8. Play if there's 2 out. There is 2 out. So Dreesen's coming around third. Concepcion on at second. Oster at first. We're going to have a play at the plate. And that is a 3. And let's see, it was hit to left field. That's Richards. Richards' assist rating is an A. That's a 3. And that's going to get him out. It's hit to Richards. He's got it. He throws to the plate. And Dreesen is tagged out. And the inning is over. But the Reds do get a run in. Stadium cheers and then groans. Yay! So Oster does get a single or an RBI. But that will end the inning, though. 2 runs on 3 hits and a couple of walks. 5-2 Reds after 7. Dreesen thrown out at the plate by Gene Richards, who has an assist rating of A. Still a good inning for them. Yes, it was. We go to the 8th. Doug Bear will stay on the mound. And the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, will lead off. He's 0 for 3. 5-2 Reds. Bear will deal. Bear, 6-7. Against the switch left, it's a blank. Smith, 3-6. It's ground out to short. Concepcion will take care of it and toss it over for the out. Next batter is Mumphrey. Mumphrey is 0 for 3. Bear will bear down. 8-2. Walk, 11. No, that just missed. Mumphrey, 4-4. Fly to left field. And the $10 million bum will make the play. 2 down. And now Mr. May. Winfield 2 for 3. He's got 2 doubles. Bear will pitch. Bear, 5-4, walk, 11. That is ball 4. He will walk Winfield. So Bear did everything he could to walk a batter. He will walk there. And now here's Montanez. Montanez is 0 for 3. Bear will be tired after him. Reds bullpen ready to bring out the closer. Strategy rolls are off. Bear, 7-3 error on a throw. Montanez, 6-6. And that's going to be a base hit past the pitcher. That's a base hit past the pitcher. There won't be a throwing error on that. Winfield, with 2 outs, he will have the speed. He'll make third. So now runners at the corners with 2 out. And now here's Tennis. Bear is tired, and that's going to be it for Bear. They will yank him. They need to get 1 out, so they're going to go ahead and try to go ahead and bring out a quick righty to see if they can get out Tennis. And Tom Hume is the closer. They want to save him for the 9th. So coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Mario Soto. 10 wins, 8 losses, 4 saves, a 3.07 ERA. Soto's job is to get a hold. Soto's job is to keep it where it is. Boom, boom, Hume warming up in the bullpen. Mario Soto. Ron Jobst joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So runners at first and third, 2 outs, 5-2 Reds here in the top of the 8th. Tennis is the batter. He will hit. Tennis has got major home run power. Didn't matter who's on the mound. But Soto is not tired. Soto will come in there and pitch. Fans here at Riverfront hoping for a big-time pitch. Strategy rolls are off. Reds lead 5-2. Padres need the game more than the Reds do, but Reds still 2 months left to play. Soto, 4-3, and that's going to be an automatic out. It's going to be a ground ball to short, picked up by Concepcion, and he's going to race to the bag and tag second base and force out Montanez, and the inning is over. And that was the right play. No runs and a hit for the Padres. We go to the bottom of the 8th. I'm not 100% Ron Jobs, but I think this is your first time here on the network, or you're under a different name because YouTube likes to go ahead and change things. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We'll see a pinch hitter for Soto. The Padres, however, are going to bring in a new pitcher anyway. So we'll see who they're going to go. I'm probably just going to take a batter here, a pitcher with the most late innings, no matter who is up there. So we're going to go with, although it's not a save situation, I'm not going to use fingers. So let's use, coming on to pitch for the Padres is going to be Bob Shirley. 11 wins, 12 losses, 7 saves, a 3.55 ERA. We all know what game Bob Shirley pitched in about 5 years from now, right? Bob Shirley. He will come on to pitch. The Reds will bring on a pinch hitter, and they'll bring on a guy with the most at bats against lefties, and that is going to be Heidi Cruz, 213 average, a homer, and 5 RBIs. So Heidi Cruz will pinch hit against Shirley. So 5-2 Reds. Shirley, of course, pitched on Phil Rizzuto Day when Tom Seaver got his 300th win in 1985. Shirley, 2-2 against a righty, walk ball 4. As usual, I bring in a pitcher, and the first thing he does is walk the batter. So Shirley will walk Cruz. It'll now bring up Collins. Collins is 1 for 4 with a single. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll is off. Shirley, 6-1. It's a blank. Collins, 3-2. Fly to left. And Gene Richards says he'll take it. And he will, and that's the first out. Next batter is Knight. Knight is 2 for 4, a single and a bomb. 5-2 here. Yes, okay, his first time live. Well, welcome, Ron Jobs, to the network. Shirley will go ahead and deal. Shirley, 6-4, strikeout 9. That just missed. Knight, A 4-5. It's flied to right. And that will be Mr. May getting to that for out number 2. And now Griffey. Griffey is 1 for 3, singled and walked. Cruz on it first, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Reds have a 5-2 lead. Shirley, 3-3 against the lefty. Strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Shirley will get it. The only thing he gives up is a walk. But the Reds have a 5-2 lead here after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We go to the top of the 9th. Barry Evans leading off for the Padres. And the Reds are going to the bullpen, and they will go ahead and bring out their closer. It'll be Tom Hume. 9 wins, 10 losses, 25 saves, a 2.56 ERA. Hume's job is to get the save. Boom, boom, Hume. Now, Evans is the leadoff batter. The question is, are they going to let him bat? And I don't think so. Evans is at third base. Evans is going to be yanked. And we're going to see a new player at third base. And as long as they got pinch hits, I usually will go ahead and bring this in. So, who's going to pinch hit? Let's see. Against righties, we're going to use Joshua. Coming on to pinch hit for the Padres will be Vaughn Joshua. 238 average, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Tim Flannery will take over at third base for the Padres if the game goes any further. So Hume will pitch to Joshua, and Flannery will take over at third. Top of the 9th, 5-2. Hume, he can pitch to 9. He should be okay. Hume will deal. Boom, boom, Hume. 4-7. Error on a booted ball. Joshua, 4-6. Nope, it's going to be a fly ball, center field. And Collins says he'll get it. And he will, and that'll be the first out. Next batter is Cash. Cash will bat. He had 397 at bats. He'll bat. Cash is 0 for 3. Hume will deal. Hume, 4-5 against the righty. Walk. The 7 is ball 4. He walked Cash. So Cash trots to first. Hume had only 24 walks in 80, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Shirley. And now coming on to see the next batter here. And it'll be the most at bats against righties, and it will be Bill Fahey. 257 average, a homer, and 22 RBIs. Bill Fahey will pinch it against Hume. Infield a double play. Strategy rolls are off. Fans here, Riverfront, hoping Hume can do the job. 5-2 Reds. Strategy rolls are off. Hume with the deal. 2-7. That's a blank. Fahey. 3-6. And it's a base hit past third. Cash will hold at second base. He does not have the speed, but Fahey gets it, and the tying run is at the plate. Single for Fahey, and the batter is Richards. Richards, not a lot of home run power against righties, but he will bat. He is 0 for 3. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium hoping Hume can get it done, but right now, the Padres are not making it easy. Richards at the plate. Hume will pitch. Hume, 2-7. It's a blank. Richards, 3-8. And it's an infield single to short. It's going to get picked up by Concepcion. He won't have a play. And the bases are loaded. Infield single. And now it's the Wizard of Oz. Smith is 0 for 4. You kind of think he's due. Infield's going to stay at double play depth. I don't think they'll make a play at the plate. They'll be happy with a double play depth and try to get it. They got to get at least one out here. But right now, Hume is not making it easy. Bases loaded. 5-2 Reds. Tom Hume on the mound. Strategy rolls are still off. Hume will pitch. Hume, 6-5. Against the switch left. It's a blank. Smith, 6-3-8. It's a ground ball to third. Now that's a 12. Hit to third is a 0. Hume is a 0. And Smith does not have that will not be a double play. The throw will go to second to get Richards. A run will score. It's 5-3. So Fahey gets to third. They throw to second to get at least Richards. Smith makes first, but there are now 2 outs. Boy, did Hume need that. So that goes as a fielder's choice since the infield was a double play depth. But now a 5-3 ball game. But here comes Mumphrey. Mumphrey also not a lot of home run power, but he's also 0 for 4. But 2 outs. Reds lead 5-3. Fans at Riverfront hoping that Hume can get the job done. Fahey on at third, Smith on at first. Strategy roll still off. Hume will concentrate on Mumphrey. Hume. 1-5. Range play 14. That's a 5. Yes, it's going to be a range play. Mumphrey. 6-3. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Concepcion. Concepcion's range is a 4, and he will get it. Concepcion's got it. He grabs it. Pumps once. Pumps twice. Throws to second against Smith. That's your game. The Reds will hold on to the win tonight, 5-3. Stadium cheers. Yay! 1 run on 2 hits. Concepcion comes through with a big-time play to throw Ozzie Smith out at second, and the Reds will get a 5-3 win. The Reds will go to 49-60. The Padres now drop to 52-56. Final line score coming up. For the Reds, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Padres, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Charlie Leibrandt. He'll go ahead and get the win. Steve Mura the loss. Doug Bear and Mario Soto get holds. And Tom Hume is going to get a save. So a nice victory for the Reds tonight. But we're still not done. 10-minute ticker is next. And the Reds actually get a win on RJL Network. Yeah. Not a bad game. Was pretty fun. Still good to see baseball today. Watching the Mets, watching a little Yankees, watching, anything. I mean, I don't care. I know it was spring training, but it's still baseball. It's still baseball no matter what. It's still pitcher versus batter. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Reds will get the win here on August 6th. Let's see how the rest of the majors goes today. August 6th, White Sox at Baltimore. White Sox 3-15, and that will be 1. Orioles 7-15, and that is also 1. They will go to extras real quick. White Sox roll a 4, plus 2 is 6. Orioles roll a 3, minus 1 is 2. And the White Sox will get the win. Milwaukee at Boston. Brewers 21-45, that's 7. Red Sox 11-14, that is 2. A win for the Brew Crew. Seattle at California. Mariners 13-45, it's 5. Angels 11-16, that is 2. Win for the M's. Toronto at Cleveland. Blue Jays 9-33, 3 runs. Indians 17-52, 7 runs. Indians will get the win. Kansas City at Detroit. Larry no-hitter Gura for the Royals. Royals 14-62, and that is 8. Tigers 9-25, that is 3. And a win for the Royals. Rangers and the Yankees. Rangers 3-16, and that's 1. Yankees 16-62. That's 8. Another win for the Bronx Bombers. Minnesota at Oakland. Twins 10-66. That's 10. Athletics 643. And that's 4. Win for the Twins. Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers 11-44. 5 runs. Braves minus 164. That's 6 runs. Wow, the Braves will actually win that game. Pirates and the Cubs in a doubleheader. Pirates 14-44, and that's 5. Cubs 4-66, that's 9. A win for the Cubs next game. Pirates 10-44, that's 5. Cubs 7-11, that's 0, and they'll split the twin bill. Giants and the Astros. Giants 152, 4 runs. Astros 145, and that is 3 runs. That'll be a win for the G-Men. Mets and the Expos. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 256, that's 5. Expos 1236, that's 4. And my Mets will have a happy recap. Cardinals and the Phillies. Cardinals 14-22, 3 runs. Phillies 15-25, 4 runs. A win for the Phils. August 7th, White Sox at Baltimore. White Sox 0-54, that will be 4. Orioles 14-35, and that is also 4. And they're going to extras again. White Sox roll a 2, plus 2 is 4. Orioles roll a 6, minus 1 is 5. And the Orioles will win that one. Brewers and the Red Sox. Brewers 18-51, that's 7. Red Sox 10-25, and that is 3. That's a win for the Brew Crew. Red Sox beginning to fade. Minnesota at the Angels. Twins 8-52, that's 5. Angels 14-41, that is also 5, and they'll go to extras as well. Twins roll a 3, plus 1 is 4. Angels roll a 1, minus 1 is 0. Win Twins. Toronto at Cleveland. Your channel was on MLB Network all day. I'm sure it was. I watched a lot of spring training baseball as well today, as soon as I got home from work. Toronto at Cleveland. Blue Jays 11-56, that's 7. Indians 21-62. That's 9. Another tough loss for the Jays. Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers 10-13, 1 run. Braves 5-55. That is 5 runs. Another win for the Bravos. Pirates and the Cubs. Pirates 11-13. That's 1. Cubs 5-55. That is 5. The Cubs are really frustrating the Pirates. The Pirates right now are really the only team, the only third-place team in the National League East that's got a shot to make the postseason, but they're still under 500. Remember, you got to be above 500 and be in the top 3 in each division to make the playoffs. Padres and the Astros. If not, I always modify the postseason. Padres 5-32. That'll be 3. Astros 5-21, and that's 2. Another win for the Friars. Mets and the Expos. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 8-64, that's 7. Expos 12-13, and that is 1. Another happy recap for my Mets. Cardinals and the Phillies. Cardinals 3-64, that's 6. Phillies 9-64, that is 8. Win for the Fightin' Phils. August 8th, White Sox at Boston. White Sox 11-35, and that is 4. Red Sox 13-62, that's 8. They needed that win. Minnesota at the Angels. Twins 10-24, 3 runs. Angels 8-55, and that's 6 runs. Win for them. Cleveland at Milwaukee. Indians 11-61, that is 7. Brewers 15-12, and that is 1. Another win for the Tribe. Baltimore at the Yankees. Good pitching matchup. Too bad I didn't get a chance to play it. Jim Palmer against Ron Guidry. 2 pretty good pitchers there. Orioles 10-21, that is 2. Guidry, 1343, and that's 5. The Yankees will get the win. That's a big series, too, between Baltimore and the Yankees. The Orioles are right behind the Yankees for the division lead in the American League East. Seattle at Oakland. Mariners, 146, 4 runs. Athletics, 1554. That's 7 runs. They'll take care of business there. Detroit at Texas. Cats, 2334. That's 6. Rangers, 1233. That'll be 4, a win for the Tigers. Kansas City at Toronto in a doubleheader, and we have these two tomorrow night. Royals, 1124, and that is 3. Blue Jays, 655. That is 5. The Blue Jays take the first. Kansas City, 1316. That is 2. Blue Jays, 731. That is 3. And the Blue Jays take both. Giants and the Braves. Giants, 711. That's 0. Braves, 865. That's 8. Another win for the Bravos. Expos and the Cubs. Expos, 1412, and that is 1. Cubs, 746, that is 5. Cubs on a little streak, but they're still pretty far behind. Dodgers and the Reds. Dodgers, 1334, and that is 4. Reds, 845, that's 5. That game belongs to the Reds. Padres and the Astros. Padres, minus 132. And that's 2. Astros, 755. That's 6. And the Astros will get the win. Phillies and the Pirates. Phillies, 1064. That's 8. Pirates, 826. And that is 3. A win for the Phils. Mets and the Cardinals. Can my Mets get another win? Mets, 853. And that is 5. Cardinals, 16-14, and that is 2. And my Mets have 3 happy recaps tonight. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be August 9th. We will be north of the border at Exhibition Stadium. The Kansas City Royals against the Toronto Blue Jays. Big game. Steve Busby for the Royals and Dave Stieb for the Blue Jays. I don't think Cutter Historical will miss Dave Stieb on the mound. That'll be tomorrow night on the network. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. This game belongs to the Reds. Reds beat the Padres tonight, 5-3. We'll see you guys tomorrow.